Alright everybody, welcome back to round 2. Here's part 2 at the Camplex Park in Gillette, Wyoming. We got Gabe Fischer sitting at 15 under par, kind of trying to run away with this tournament. Peter Klopfenstein really trying to keep him from running away with this tournament. He's sitting at 9 back. He's still got 10 holes to go and anything could happen. Shad sitting at 6 back. He's been having kind of a slow day of it, but picked up a little better on this course. And James Wyatt still sitting at even for the day. We got the back 10 coming up, so here's hole 11. We're still out in that open section of the course, but we're heading back up the hill and back towards the wooded section. Looks like with that tree right there, the sidearm is a pretty good call on this, but that tree's not so big that it would really block a backhand too much. Although it looks like Gabe's still eyeing the left side of it. Yeah, that should do it. It was a great drive. James looking to do the same thing. Ooh, got it a little nose up there.
Well, and the hole is 330 feet, it says, but it does play uphill. And with that tree to the right side for the right-hand backhand, going around that tree makes the hole play substantially longer.
Yeah, I could see that. And it is, like you said, uphill. It probably already is playing like 350. You try and do that all on hyzer. And yeah, it might be pretty challenging. Looks like James just quick through us. Should have an easy par out of it though. Peter was a little further out there than I thought he was. Shad's kind of got a long look at it as well. Oh, and almost. He has literally been all over the basket today. Just not connecting.
You can see on the basket it was previously hole 18. Then in another layout that they had the last 2 years, it's 4. And now we're on hole 11 for it.
Ever changing.
Yep.
Well, you gotta adapt when circumstances change.
Yeah, and the 2 holes they took out really made it challenging to link the course back together in a flowing way.
Yeah, that's always tough when you have a good flow and it gets interrupted like that.
Yeah.
Here's hole 12, again 347, but uphill, so probably playing closer to 400.
Yep, I would say it feels like a 400-foot throw.
Pretty open though, so if you have 400 feet, you shouldn't have too much trouble with it. I don't know if Gabe's quite got 400, but looks like pretty close to it. Just going to be on kind of the wrong side of that bushy tree. Oh, and looks like Peter actually hit that tree. Hopefully that kick out to the left will keep him having a look. I know Shad's got the power to get up there. Oh yeah. Shouldn't have any trouble with that putt. Oh, and James gives it a good run, but looks like it just hyzered out a little early. And Peter's really having to lean it, so. Oh. Stop. Okay. With that slope, I could see that really going if it wanted to. And Gabe was totally blocked back there.
Yep, only 25 feet away, but just did not have a shot.
Shad will save his, or pick up his birdie. I think he's the only birdie on the card on this one. James starting to play a little quicker. I wonder if that's more his nature or if he's starting to get a little discouraged.
Yeah, and we were blessed with the weather this day. Lots of times in the middle of the summer in Gillette, Wyoming, it could be 100 degrees. And luckily, I think we were in the mid-80s, so it was a really nice day out with a little bit of a breeze and just
it was
perfect
actually
disc
really
golf.
nice out.
Yeah, perfect.
I was
disc
worried
golf
about
conditions.
roasting. I mean, that's like desert country out there.
Yeah. In the past, we've had it where it's been almost a survival event.
So here's hole 13, 317 feet.
You do not want to go in the brush pile right in front of the tee box.
Yeah.
It is very thick. Some of those bushes in there have thorns on them, and they actually call it Narnia in there.
Yeah, it looks thick. It does not look like somewhere I'd even want to go traipsing through, let alone looking for a disc. It's like Gabe is in really good shape for a birdie on that one. Peter taking the high sidearm. As long as he gets around that one big tree, and it looks like he did not.
Yep, another hole where you got to access the basket from both sides, and you can't really throw at the basket, or the line is much more obstructed. Nice shot there for James coming around those trees.
He should have a look around. Hopefully he's not blocked by that tree on the left there. Oh, and that should save him a par. So now over here where Shad is, looks a little protected. Oh, and he did not make it through that tree. Great birdie putt. Looked like he kind of pushed it through a branch there a little bit. Just punch it through. Looked like he didn't quite commit to that one. Maybe he had to keep it a little lower because of a branch. I'm not sure.
Yeah, those trees are really guarding that hole.
But he will take a bogey on that one, unfortunately. With Gabe picking up yet another birdie. He's really kind of starting to distance himself a little bit now. Yeah, so bogey for Shad. James and Gabe will both get the birdies. James is sitting under par. Gabe's sitting 6 under for the round and 17 overall, moving him to an 8-stroke lead. Hole 14, 296, par 3. Seems like this one should be fairly doable, but there's so many trees around here. Oh, it looks like he's trying to roll it. Oh, and he hit the tree. Yeah, I'm sure there's some other lines around there, but that roller one seems the most likely, but there's a lot between you and the basket here. The sidearm seems like a good choice. Oh, but he left it a little short. Oh, no, that was a great looking shot.
That was about as good of a shot as you can have.
I'm not sure if it was just the tree or if he just didn't quite get the angle right on that one. Looks like that'll work pretty well for James, though. Put him in an open spot for a look. It's another really protected green, it looks like.
Yeah, you see Gabe laying up.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, let's see if James can clean this up here. Oh, just a little high. Gabe cleaning up a bogey. Shad will take an easy par, as will Peter. I believe, yeah, this is a bogey putt for James as well for a 300-foot hole. That is a lot more challenging than you would think. Those trees in this course are pretty tough to play around.
Yeah, both the sidearms got the pars and both the backhands end up taking a bogey, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hole 15, 283, par 3.
These trees growing in really force you to throw a controlled shot or even go up and over like we might see.
Oh yeah, they're really kind of thick there, aren't they?
Yeah, and with the wind, the OB is right to the left, so that OB comes into play if you let the wind take you over there.
Oh, I thought maybe that roll was helping him, but then it got under that tree and not so much. Is he throwing a putter on this? No, that's got to be a mid at least, right? Should give him a good look there, though.
Yeah, you really just want to get yourself in a spot after your first shot that you have an open look at the basket, and even if you're a little farther away, it's not as bad as having an obstacle in front of you that you have to throw around or throw through, because
yeah, you can really see that you could get yourself blocked to where par may not be an option. Wow, that was quite a run. Yeah, Peter's really having to stretch out from under that tree. Oh, and almost gets it. Yes, Gabe's not as far as it looked from the other side. Oh, he just did not commit to that at all, though. Ooh, and that almost slid out the side. That's a good putt. Hey, take it as a win and move on. Try and let it build momentum. So none of them got themselves in too much of trouble. Looks like it's tough to get close to it, but as long as you don't get yourself blocked like you were saying, it's not too bad of a save.
Yep, that hole does have some danger.
Nice birdie by Shad there. Here's hole 16, 280 feet. Also par 3, and looks like also OB right behind the basket. It is just so hard to commit with enough of a power shot to get all the way there when you don't want to go long at all. Nice high hyzer. Looks like he's short of the trees that are blocking the basket.
This hole used to have a line of railroad ties that went down the right side of the fairway, and they used to be out of bounds. That made this hole a little bit harder. But when the course has changed a little bit for the event that comes through town, those railroad ties are removed, so it kind of makes the backhand, right hand, more of a possible option for you.
Okay. Looks like Gabe left it a little tight to that tree. Got himself... Hopefully he can save it here.
Yeah, Gabe would have been right on that OB line before, but with it not being there, he can get his upshot there and get up and down and save his par.
Oh, and James just sending it a little too long. Shad really having to get creative with this one. Oh, that was not what he was hoping for, I don't think.
At least he got to the other side.
Yeah. I think Peter's got a pretty clean look through this opening. Oh, yeah.
Great.
Nice birdie. Yeah, I'm willing to bet, even though that one's not even 300 feet, that it still doesn't get birdied a lot. Just because that OB is so close behind it. Bogey for James after going OB. Oh no, that's going to be a bogey for Shad too. Putts just are not focusing in on for him.
You can see these guys have starting to show that they've played 36 holes on the day so far.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, Gabe sitting at 16 down with a 6-stroke lead, though, and not many holes left to go, so probably kind of sinking into a comfort level that he's like, as long as I don't screw up too bad, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Hole 17, 254. As you can see, a really tight hole.
Another one of those holes where you just want to get up as far as you can and hope that you don't have an obstructed second shot. So
This one's looking really good. Yeah, that's what you want to see on a hole like this, just straight at it. That's a little early release there. Hopefully he's able to lean out and get a shot towards the basket after that. Oh, that was looking like it was going to flex out, but just not quite in time.
you can hit these trees and you can kick to the left or the right, and you could be multiple tree lines off and have, you know.
Another sidearm roller for Shad there. Hopefully that'll give him a look for a par. I was worried he wasn't going to be able to get to the left side of that row, but he had some good openings through there, so. Yeah, Shad left himself a little. Oh, and he makes that one. Those days will drive you nuts. It's like, why can't my birdie putts ever go in? Gabe will sink that, come back birdie putt. That was a great drive, just straight up the gut. Considering he was in the wrong side, wrong alley, that was a great up and down by Peter.
Yeah, he had a great second shot.
Bogey for James. Just kept clipping those branches.
I'm not sure if that was a motorcycle, but we got just the end of Sturgis going on about 100 miles away from Gillette, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet they get a lot of motorcycles going through there at that time of year.
Yep, just another draw to the area.
So hole 18 here. Looks like it's kind of tunnely again. Maybe not quite as tight. 221 feet.
These trees are a little newer and a little smaller than most of the other parts on the course. This is one of the two holes that are were put in for the change on the course. And one of the challenges that mostly the Campbell County Disc Golf Club faced with this redesign is there was only a few parts of the course that the parks wanted the holes to be located in. So,
yeah. I like the sidearm for it, the way this basket is tucked to the side like that. Hopefully he's able to stretch out and have a putt after that drive, because that was a great looking drive. James trying to ante one up there. Heck yeah, that'll work. Looked like he put that one right through that branch. He must have had a little bit of a window there. James was a little shorter than I thought he was. Looks like Gabe was pin high, just wrong side, but no worries. That was a great two. Nice cleanup for par by James. Alright, what does Shad actually have here? Oh, looks like he was fine. Looks like that other side was pretty open for him. So Shad and Gabe both get the 2 on that one. Gabe really just needs to finish clean, and he's got this sewn up. Sitting 8-stroke lead. 379 foot par 3. If I remember right, it's kind of uphill.
Yep.
And OB to the left of it, and it's on top of a pretty tall mound. It's kind of a gradual uphill, but it's quite a bit uphill actually. Oh yeah, looks like Shad will put it right at the base of that mound. That'll help. Such an intimidating putt, because you know you're soaring past if you miss a putt on something like this.
It does force the participants to make a decision on if they're going to go for it or if they're going to lay up, and if you do go for it and unfortunately miss, you might be going back and forth and back and forth.
And that's kind of a long look for James. We'll see what he decides to do here. Oh, and he hits the basket. Oh no. Got it? That's not too bad of a roll.
This hole, that row of railroad ties came into play, and there was an OB long on this hole that sometimes when the wind was right would come into play, but with them not being there, it probably makes the hole a little bit easier. So we put in an OB line on that tree row on the right to make up for that.
Okay. That was a nice save there from Gabe. Got that roll away. I started to get a little worried for him, but he's got some room. He doesn't have to worry too much.
Oh no.
Oh, and you see it pop out on the other side. Dang it. Now that's a nice birdie.
That's a bonus birdie for sure.
Yeah, I bet not too many birdies were had on that hole. Oh, and the headwind kind of got him on that one. That's the toughest part. Headwind into an elevated putt is so scary. And just like you said, real easy to end up going back and forth.
Yeah, well, if you're not on that mound, you're probably at least 20 feet away or so, and it's uphill and windy, and really makes it challenging.
So we had one birdie on that hole, which, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the only birdie on the day. I bet there was a lot more like the 6 that James got. That was rough too. He was kind of coming back, kind of playing a pretty good round on this round. So hole 20 here, 237 feet, another island hole.
This is the second of the 2 extra holes that were put in to accommodate the 2 holes that were taken out. And in addition to this area being an arboretum where they grew trees to see how the trees would do in the community and in the climate, they also have a tree nursery here. And so over to the right, just past the basket, they have a nursery where they grow trees for the county to put in different parks also. So
okay. Looks like Gabe didn't quite make it on the island, but I don't think he's too worried about that. Oh, and pulled that one a little right. Looks like James will miss the island also. Gabe just trying to put it under. That's a good up. think James might be running that one looking at that shot. Wow. Kind of got a nice stall and drop right at the end, though. I thought maybe he might be pushing a little longer past the way it was flying up to it. Alright, Peter cleaned up the par. Should ensure him a second place finish. Bogey for Gabe, but he had enough of a lead. He ain't worried about that. Shad will take his par and take third place, and James picking up the bogey to finish out last place on that tournament. But I'd say he played a pretty good tournament, just kind of got bit by hole 19 on this one a bit.
Yeah, and as we wrap up, I really want to thank Gabe Fischer for all the hard work that he did putting this tournament on, and also the Campbell County Disc Golf Club. Kevin Couch organizes this event, and it is a memorial tournament for a man who passed away, Matthew Sorenson. We really hope that you can come out and join us for next year's event. We try to have it right at the end of, or right at the beginning of August. And
yeah, we'd love to have more people come out. Hopefully we'll see you out there. Thanks for watching, everybody.